business came about originally because I was made redundant from my job in financial services back in 2002. And I liked the idea of trying to develop a business whereby I could work for myself. And my love of cars got me into broking. Broking is acting as the middleman in the transaction between seller and buyer. And what you're doing is ensuring that you find sellers who have cars to sell but can't find a buyer. And then you're working with buyers in the trade, particularly dealerships, be they franchises or independent specialists, and they're looking for these cars but don't know where they are. And you as the broker in your business is actually putting the two in touch with each other, and the broker ensures that that transaction proceeds smoothly right from start to finish. When I was made redundant, you feel a bit lost really, because you just think nobody wants you, and a big part of what you have to do is to pick yourself up, dust yourself down and say, look, I'm going to get on with this and I want to really develop something myself. If nobody else wants me, then I'm going to forge my own furrow moving forward. I met Simon at an event he was at in Bournemouth. Listening to him and what he'd done and what he was looking to do kind of inspired me to see how I could use the internet and the power of the internet and through internet marketing to really develop my business, to open it up into much wider markets and see how I could develop this from what I was just doing myself, and maybe I could develop it into an opportunity that others could benefit from as well. What I think really drew me in was the fact that Simon was just an ordinary guy. He'd worked for BT, he got made redundant, and I could see that, well, if he could do it, then I can do it as well. He was the catalyst, I think, if I'm honest, in terms of the internet is just an amazing tool, but you have to use it properly. And the big thing about what Simon taught me was, what to do and what not to do and how to do things. It's about using those methodologies that he had used to good practice himself, and you could see that they worked. This is my first rendition of how to become a successful car broker. We got up to about £500,000 in sales. The business is probably turning over about 100 grand a year at the present moment in time, which for me is fine. Simon and his colleagues, they've been around since the early to mid 2000s, and they've been there, they've done it, they've got the t-shirt. I think everything that I've learned from Simon and indeed others as well has been about how I want to plan and move my own business and my own future forward, but not just for myself, but for my family as well. And it's about having that control over what you're doing and how you're doing it and when you're doing it, and having that belief in your own ability. And that's as long as you've got that and you've learnt all the tricks of the trade, and that's where Simon taught me an awful lot. I've learnt so much from that, and I can only be really, really grateful for that.